Hello and welcome, or welcome back if you've been here before. Great to have you here. Last night I started thinking about Christmas is coming, and yes, some people don't celebrate it, and if you don't, I might be offended if you click off. But it's time of year we all go out. Well, I used to go out trying to find decorations, and they're getting decent ones. I get a few far between. Our old ones are starting to fall to bits. And I've got to stop reading when I'm talking to you, sorry. And the other night I saw a clip of the Big Bang Theory, and they were sat there, I think Howard was sat there, stringing popcorn onto string. I thought, I remember doing that when my kids were younger. That was an option. Then I remembered I've got a popcorn mad dog, so that's not going to work. Then, strangely enough, up come on Pinterest about crochet popcorn and cranberry strings. And this started me off down a rabbit hole. I started looking up a few tutorials here on YouTube. And basically what a lot of them were is whether they started with 6 chains or 12 chains, ended up with 10 bubbles of some sort, whether they be popcorn stitch or bubble stitch or a double cluster or a treble cluster. It always seem to end up with 10 of them. So I watched a few and decided on treble cluster. Now this also counts almost as one of my balls. I have this ball, in fact I have two, but this is one I'm using, and it's an Aran weight yarn or a 4-weight, and it's a chain spun, I believe. It's fallen to bits, but it's got this sequin through it. So of course I haven't got a label for you, that'd be too easy. It's of the Athena brand that I got off of the Knitting Network. Although when I looked it up, it's not on there, and I have had that a couple of years. So last night I went down the rabbit hole and have started my own bowl of popcorn. And there is a dog hair. There is always a dog hair. Sorry. Yeah, I have my own bowl of sparkly popcorn. And the funny thing was, well, I'll show you in a minute. The funny thing was, my son came down and I was sat on the sofa with this bowl and crocheting. And he said, "Is that popcorn?" I said, "Yeah." And he was about to reach over and take some, and then he realised it wasn't real popcorn. Oh, it's a bit big anyway. So I am working on this. I'm not sure if I do the cranberry bits. I probably will if I can find a 4-weight red. But it's a lovely little project to do. They're all really simple. Once you've done your 10 bubbles, why am I on about bubbles today? Bubbles, or clusters, or whatever, along you basically fasten off, and then the two ends you tie round rather haphazardly, actually, just tie round, and it sort of forms of the popcorn. Of course, everyone's slightly different. Oh yeah, yes, I know popcorn doesn't sparkle, but as I said, I have 2 balls of this, and I've got this much a bowl's worth out of this so far. What I will do, I've used a 4mm hook that I had laying around downstairs. What we'll do is I'm going to list a couple of YouTube tutorials that I've watched to make these. because I've not exactly followed one, but I did use a few for inspiration. I said, anybody else want to do them? Most of what I've done here, I think I've done 4 or 5 today, but most of what I did here, I did last night while watching 3 episodes of From, I think it was. And it wasn't even particularly fast. My nails have got a bit long and it's finding it a bit hard to crochet at the moment. So I did it slowly and relaxed. And there's such a short project that I can sit down and do 1 or 2 of those in between other jobs or things I'm doing. Excuse me, need a drink. So what I thought I would do is I'm going to start a segment making for the holidays. It's not necessarily just Christmas, it's decorations or gifts. But when Christmas is over, we've still got other holidays and other reasons to decorate and celebrate. So I'm going to keep this up, I think. Yes, I'm going to keep up the idea of creating for the holidays or making for the holidays. Just going to have to think what I'm going to call it. My mind's blank. We all were a bit out of it yesterday. We got up and we all felt sick, but we weren't sick, and we all had a slight headache and we're a bit off. I got up today and we're fine, but it's still a bit foggy. So I'm just waiting for it to pass, and I find myself just staring into thin air and not realising I was doing it. Nothing unusual there, though. So that's why I wasn't here yesterday. And even today, I'm still in my pyjamas and a cardigan because I didn't go out anywhere. So, could anybody tell me what decorations, or if they make decorations for the festive times? I'm thinking I need stuff for the tree, and I'm thinking about doing some cardboard stars, folded stars for the ceiling and around the room, because we can't get any of our usual decorations, which only last a few years. So it would make sense to get some of the cardstock I've got, which I've got in metallics and glitters over there, and use those to make some decorations with. But what do you make? Do you make, or have you made decorations for Christmas coming up? If you celebrate Christmas, what do you do? I know I had a few good ideas from that magazine I shared with you last week, but I'm interested. What do people actually spend their time making? What do you think's worth making? Do you do a seasonal display, or is it the same old tried and trues every year? My son and I went for a walk around a garden centre last week, and one of the reasons we went in is they've got their Christmas displays up, and it's always fun to walk around. I put some pictures up at the end. And where was I going with that? I don't even know where I was going with that. We went to a garden centre for the display. And it's wonderful. You get inspiration, but the prices were absolutely horrendous. They wanted $5.99 for a small bauble, and although they're pretty, if you've got a tree, you're going to want at least sort of 10, 12 of those baubles to balance out. Now, we had great fun walking around and getting inspiration and finding giant Christmas dinosaurs of all things. So that's basically what I've been up to. And I'm not going to waffle because I haven't got a lot more to say. I have got ideas for videos this week, but I don't want to run into them now. I'll confuse myself. I really will. So I'm going to say, take care, be happy, keep crafting, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.